Big news coming out of Square, who've been chummy with PlayStation since it first burst on the scene in '94.
You are so totally whipped.
Have decided to see other platforms. A partnership spanning 3 decades has come to an end due to missed financial targets. Like PlayStation, Square Enix is eyeing PC to hopefully expand their pool of potential customers, further proving that the age of exclusives is coming to an end. Next, PlayStation's out of the frying pan and into the fire with this newest report. Last week, we talked about their PSN debacle with one of their greatest hits, Helldivers 2, where they disenfranchised millions of players by requiring a PSN account in countries that literally could not. This week, we're talking about their PSN debacle with one of their greatest hits, Ghost of Tsushima, where they are disenfranchising millions of players by requiring a PSN account in countries that literally cannot. Needless to say, their voyeur into PC has hit rocky seas due to them trying to pull players kicking and screaming into their ecosystem instead of meeting players where they are, a lesson they seem hell-bent on learning the hard way. Lastly, more PlayStation news. This time it's more interesting than outright bad. PlayStation has named their successor, or successors rather, to the CEO position. Herman Holst, who will be leading the charge for PlayStation Studios, his counterpart, Hideki Nishino, will be heading up PlayStation platforms. They both will have more corporate jargon on their plate, but ultimately,
it's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for them.
That's what we're talking about today. Good thing we've assembled the brightest minds on YouTube. All that with plenty more sprinkled throughout. Welcome to the Casual Consumer live stream. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they're both reporting to him. They,
Gotcha,
they split those roles up. Oh, sorry. We appear to be live.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. But isn't he was the temporary CEO of PlayStation, right?
No. The temporary CEO was his name is escaping me right now, and that's
Well, he's now the joint CEO, so we'll see it.
Yeah, Hiroki Totoki is still the acting CEO that replaced Jim Ryan.
Right. Okay.
But Herman Holston will jointly succeed Jim Ryan as the CEO of Sony Interactive.
Right.
Wait, what? I'm a little confused about this because they split the role.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to take effect June 1st.
Right. And Totoki, I want to say, is he's going to go back to being president or something like that. He's going back to whatever he was doing before. And these guys are going to be dual CEOs. In WB with Peter Safran and James Gunn, they're dual CEOs too. But other than that, I've never seen it done like that ever.
Must be pretty flattering to leave your company and need to be replaced by two people. That's a pretty big ego boost.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. It's like, oh my God. But since we're live, thank you everyone for stopping by. We see you in the chat. Lord Beers, thank you for stopping by. John DBZ, thank you. Today we have Nos the Indie and Retro Boss. We have Scotty, the G-Man from GB, and we've got Gamer.
Oh, like that.
Yeah. And we've got Gamer Geek, and it's Leon that makes you weak, not Chris.
Oh, yeah.
Right on. Okay. Right.
Oh yeah, I'm a Leon girl through and through.
So I don't know why I wanted to call him Leon Redfield. I don't know why. Don't know why. I can't keep it straight. You know?
It's okay. It's Leon Kennedy.
Thank you. Kennedy.
Leon Scott Kennedy. Yes.
Hopefully.
What's his birthday?
I don't know. I don't care.
It's like it's purely infatuation.
That's
purely.
right.
That's right. But so we've got a great show for you guys today. A lot to talk about. I think I'm the only one because we talked about this backstage a little bit. But Nicolas Cage, him starring in a live action series of Spider Noir. I'm the only one that thought that was crazy. But since I got you guys here, what do you guys think about that? Freaking Nicolas Cage. I think he's in his 60s now.
He still looks good.
Yeah, no, what I mean, yeah, you know, I'm not kicking him out of bed for eating
40's
crackers
the
or
new
anything.
20, right?
Maybe, yeah, true. But like, it's I feel
Is he
like
Peter Parker?
Yeah, in his universe.
All right.
Yeah.
It's like a veteran Spider-Man.
Yes, I want to say I haven't looked into his backstory, but from the Into the Spider-Verse movies when he was in. He was like, he likes fighting Yahtzees. I don't know if we can say the other word on here, but he likes fighting Yahtzees. So I'm assuming he might have been enlisted in during World War II, right? Yeah. But now he's a detective, and he goes around solving crimes. So that's really interesting. But,
if it's a dark version of Spider-Man, I'm open to that.
Right on. Yeah.
It's like a Bruce Wayne Batman. So when it's like, I think it was Batman. What is that?
It's a cat.
I wonder if that was.
That's hilarious.
What Batman was it with Ben Affleck? I think it was. What was his first one? I think his first one was Batman vs Superman. I think it was. I just like that whole dark concept. Like, it was an older Batman. You can tell he's been through it, a veteran. And yeah, it'd be interesting to see a veteran version of Spider-Man if that's the direction.
Yeah.
Because we always see the same one. You know, he goes through college, university, works for the Daily Bugle, isn't it? Is it?
Yeah, it's a free.
We all see that. So let's see a different Spider-Man. Let's see a veteran Spider-Man. That'd be pretty cool. If that's the way they're going.
Yeah.
I wasn't impressed with Ben Affleck as Batman.
Right on. I liked it.
I thought he was alright.
I liked it.
He was okay, but you know, when they brought Michael Keaton back for The Flash, like, that's the only reason I watched that movie. And
oh, you watched it?
Yeah,
it was amazing.
I gotta say,
you know, I have to watch things because my brother will be like, "Have you seen this yet?" When I go over on Sundays, and then he'll be like, "You haven't," and then he'll push play, and I'm stuck. So,
oh, okay.
Unless there's a Cowboys game on, and when there's a Cowboys game on, I just want to cry.
Oh, so you must be a Cowboys fan then.
Oh, you know it. Just
I'm so
fangirling over here. Yes. Doesn't make me want to leap off a building at all.
It's like Tony Romo was hit and miss for me. I liked Romo, but he was hit and miss.
Why?
He's gone now. I mean, now you got
thank
Dak
God.
Prescott, right? Yeah. I thought he was going to be the truth.
The amount that I care is pretty evident on my face right now.
You guys will get back up there. It's like the Raiders. We thought Carr was going to be the guy, fan. But okay.
I'm sure I'm going to be canceled for that, but I'm not a Cowboys fan.
What are we doing right now? Talk sports. Get out of here. Get out of here. But
well, we do
kind of hard to keep sports discussions casual though. So
we're talking about Madden. That's all. It's a video game.
Yeah. But no. Freaking just to kind of piggyback off what you said, Gamer. This is I keep looking online. This is a very unpopular opinion, but I liked The Flash. I liked it a lot.
I didn't mind The Flash at all. I thought it was pretty good. It had a lot of funny moments in there that just cracked me up, and like the surprise ending, they pretty much had everybody but Kilmer in there, so it was awesome to see all the Batmans.
Oh yeah, and everything they say about the CGI is absolutely true. It is garbage tier CGI. However, still liked it. Still liked it a lot. But anyway, we got pulled in so many directions right there. Like, what's going
My
on?
ADHD took over the stream. Sorry, guys.
No.
So good.
So I mean, let's get started with our main one. I mean, we're right here. So, Square Enix, they recently got back some pretty bad financial reports, and they've announced that they are not going to be going exclusive anymore. And I know, Sony has timed exclusives and then it gets pushed out. They're not doing that anymore. And they're, like Sony, making a push towards PC, which is a good idea, So I had a couple questions for you guys. Right now, for where the game industry is, what is a better profit model than, not holding yourself back from, introducing your product to a bigger pool of potential customers? And is this a wake-up call for PlayStation? Because I know they're making a push to get their to be more aggressive towards PC, to get aggressively push their stuff on PC. Couldn't word that right. But do you think this is the beginning of maybe opening themselves up more to Xbox and maybe Nintendo? Maybe not so much Nintendo, but Xbox, their biggest competitor,
I don't see them opening up to Xbox. I see them like opening their door to have Xbox stuff on PlayStation.
Okay.
But I don't see them playing nice. Like they didn't even want to provide documents for the acquisition.
That's right, yeah.
To the EU because they were afraid that it would show like PlayStation 6 stuff and all this other things, and they were like, if they get Activision, we don't want to even have it on our platform because then they would have to have these models and stuff, and it can get back to Xbox and they can steal our stuff.
Yes. Yep.
So I get that part. As far as pushing the PC, it's one of the better ideas because some people are like, I don't know if I want to do that. They've already, they've got so much coming to, well, it's more like Capcom has released their stuff on like iPad and stuff like that. But making it to PC would be a really good idea. The problem is that they're going to kill it with the PSN requirements.
Gotcha. Yes.
So
yeah, we're going to be talking about that next, by the way.
Yeah, but what's weird is like with Microsoft, you still have to have your Xbox Microsoft account, and nobody complains about that.
Yeah.
Well, I think we mentioned a couple weeks ago that with the PSN requirement specifically for Helldivers 2, it wasn't that they had the requirement, it was how they went about it.
Oh yeah.
That caused so much of the issues.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. Like, it's just, I don't think that they should have been like 2 months in and been like, hey, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Even I wanted to smack them.
Oh. Oh yeah.
Freaking so my thing with the PSN accounts and everything like that, in my mind, I can't wrap my head around any other explanation, is that they're trying to get more customers in front of their product, in front of the PlayStation door to walk through and buy a game or buy a PS5 or earphones, you know, that kind of thing. In my mind, that's the only thing I see.
Well, I can understand that as far as like, hey, we're gonna get you in here and now we can send you promotional emails or
Yes.
whatnot. So I get that part as far as trying to get like the advertising and pull them into the Sony world.
Yeah.
But I think the primary goal of it is to have like with Xbox, you sign into your account and your Game Pass and everything translate over to your laptop or your desktop.
Very cool.
And with PlayStation Network, it's connecting all their games and all their consoles and everything like that. They're not doing anything different than Xbox, but PlayStation gets a lot of hate when it comes to that. So I think it's a one way to keep like the library straight and also have a way, because you've got to bring in the safety measures. So if you can't, like, if you've got somebody being toxic or like threatening someone's life, or actually I think it was in England, like there was a teenager that was on Xbox and he got groomed and was actually unalived by this person later.
Yeah.
So
that kind of thing, you know, was he underage? He was. Well, I got to go to the parents as far as that goes. They got to be keeping a better eye on what their kids are doing.
The parents were talking to this person and they seemed fine. And then by the time it was not fine, it was too late.
Right.
Like,
well, I mean,
the teenager was already kind of fighting it. So yes and no. As a mom of 4, I can tell you that.
Right on.
You know, and they're grown and the youngest one's 15. Yeah. So sometimes that's a fine line saying, well, the parents, because you can get to that point and suddenly it's just like, you know, like with the situation that I had going on that we won't describe. It's like all of a sudden it was too late and there was like this in too deep and it was like, what do I do? Type of thing. Because it could negatively impact like my friends, my other family members, stuff like that. Yeah. So I think things like that come up as well. But you've got like with Xbox, if I'm like 40 playing Fortnite with a 12-year-old and I'm cussing them out, calling them all these names and stuff like that, because I've heard it done before. I've had to get on my kids' headphones and be like, sir, you know,
you're a grown man.
But there's that accountability by having the Xbox sign in and the Epic Games sign in, because both companies have the ability to either ban your account or monitor you or do something. And so I think that's where PlayStation is probably coming from, in addition to, you know, having the libraries connected and so on and so forth. But as far as advertisement, that's every company that's what they're doing. Like even Xbox is doing it. They just do it a little quieter so that it doesn't seem as aggressive. But the problem that I have is that if you're gonna hate on one company for doing it, don't like boost up the other company that's doing the same thing.
Right on.
We're so used to looking for one bad guy.
Yeah.
That we don't want to look at the entire industry and say, you know what, everybody's a little dirty. Everybody does the same thing. We're all
except for me. I'm like, y'all are all shady.
Exactly.
I can't trust none of y'all. Yeah.
And I get that there's a push for safety and security, but I just don't know if I trust a corporation to handle that, because it all of a sudden there's a change in management and there's a direction change, and it's not necessarily well communicated to the players. You can no longer say this, and all of a sudden people are getting banned, no longer have access to their libraries. That's crap.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because that's happened to my kid before, because someone I actually had to call Microsoft and talk to them on the phone because someone was like threatening like I'm going to kill you. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
And then turned around and
Banned your son.
reported him and got my son banned. And I was just like, no, I have the chat right here, you know? And so it, especially when you've got like so many toxic players in specific games, they'll literally just be like, oh, well, they just shot me, so I'm going to report them. Yeah.
And that's the them taking an advantage of the system. And that's why so sorry. So if it rises to the level of criminality, now in the case of the kid that was groomed by that adult, I don't think there was, if the kid didn't report it and the mom thought it was okay, there would be no way for Sony to know that there was an issue with a grooming going on, not unless they're constantly watching. And I don't agree with that at all.
It actually wasn't Sony that it happened on.
Place. So where was it?
It was on Xbox.
Oh.
It's hard to make up rules that apply to every single possible situation without affecting more situations than it should.
Oh yeah. It gets
And-
real
and
sticky
the
If you have a
real
blanket
fast.
rule across the board, then you're going to get a lot of false positives in there.
Exactly. Yeah.
Depending on how sensitive you said it. You'll also get a lot of false negatives too.
Yeah.
People
Exactly.
get suspended when they didn't really do anything, or a combination of letters in chat made a word that looked bad or looked like some racist term or whatever. Next thing you know, you can no longer play Gran Turismo because you've been kicked out of your library because somebody was a little bit overzealous in defining these rules.
Which was true. And like you also gotta look at it like this. I think it was like I'm bad with times, but maybe like 2 years ago. And Lizzo had released a song, and one of the words in it meant something bad in Australian slang.
Right.
So she went and changed the word
Yeah.
to the song and everything like that. But I think it was Trevor Noah was talking about it, because I've got a lot of British friends and everything, especially go Scotty. Anyway,
Yeah.
but Scotty will tell you, like, there's words that they say over there that aren't like, it's just not meant to be like a slur like it is here. And so you've also got that. So it could be somebody in a different culture is saying something, and then like the other culture is like, whoa, and then reports them. So you've also got that. I know that with the child that the teenager that got groomed, the parent actually wasn't blaming Xbox or anything like that. It was just like the whole, like, online as a whole, like, hey, how can we stop this from happening to other people?
Boy.
Yeah.
Type
That is,
thing. And it's just like such a broad thing, I just assume stay off of online play, or if I'm on there, I don't do like the mic and everything like that. So
yeah.
I'm not trying to make friends with everybody in the planet. I want to say that Fallout 76 is the first like online game that I've really played with strangers, but I don't really interact with anybody.
Yeah.
I'm pretty antisocial, so.
Right on. That's a good way to be in this day and age. You know what I mean? Keep you out of a lot of trouble.
Be
I know,
selective.
right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Become someone's lampshade. You know what I mean? It's like that kind of thing. There's no way to squash evil in this world.
Yeah.
There will always be evil people. The only way is to kind of mitigate in your vicinity. Like with my kids, if my kid doesn't play online, none of them do. And if they do, if we play Brawlhalla or something like that, we're playing together. You know, you're not talking to any crazies out there. Okay, son, calm down.
Exactly.
I'm not about to read on the news, like while I'm out or something on the road, that, kid slain by, crazy person online. I'm like, nah, that's not happening.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it gets crazy. I'm like, no. Man,
everybody's got a different idea of what the word evil means anyway.
That's true. I mean, there are some.
We don't all. That's the interesting is we don't all agree on some of what these words mean.
100%.
There's a dictionary definition, but then there's also a personal definition that everybody has.
Yeah.
Evil could be somebody that cuts you off in traffic. You might call that person an evil jerk.
Yeah.
That's excessive.
Yeah,
I use other names.
Now, you've been online. You see how
Part of the butthole.
true.
So do I.
This is a family-friendly podcast,
Yeah.
so I don't really want to use those words.
That's great. But yeah, no,
Well,
it's relative. I totally get what you're saying. You know, in certain situations, it might be different to different people. 100% agree with you on that. Yeah. Oh yeah. But
How you bridge those gaps between different cultural sensibilities is not something that I don't know how the hell you figure that out. That's
why
not
this is
something
a
that can be
gaming
figured out in an afternoon.
podcast. You know, this is a gaming live stream. We're not trying to solve all the world's ills. We just want to talk about games.
We just want world
That's
peace.
hilarious.
World peace. World peace. World peace.
That's too
Yeah.
big.
Yeah.
We want peace in our gaming. There
That's
you
right.
go.
Yeah.
Peace in our gaming. Yeah, that's a t-shirt.
Yeah, exactly. But Gamer, you said something. So it's kind of relating to why we have the PSN accounts and things like that, and Microsoft. When it comes to Microsoft, they're integrated into PC really, really well. You know, they're pretty airtight because, I mean, you know, Microsoft is a, you know,
Computer company.
right. In Xbox, they're console, PC. With Sony, they're not so much PC, you know? So if, I'm not saying everyone, but if you have an Xbox, you probably play PC too, you know, and have your Game Pass on PC. So for me, it makes sense to have that carry over, you know, that carry over into that. With Sony, since they're not so much geared towards PC, I guess until they are, that integration is more seamless like Xbox is. I don't think they should require people on PC to have a PSN account, just because it's creating way more problems than it's creating solutions for people, you know?
Yeah, look at Ghost of Tsushima. You can't play it in 177 countries.
Right. And so the way that I understand it, it's the multiplayer aspect of Ghost of Tsushima. You can still play their single player, so you can still go through the campaign and everything. So it is still worth getting for sure on PC.
As far as I'm aware, it's not being sold in countries right now where you don't have a PSN.
That is also a great point. Yes.
And the same for, this is the other part that I don't think it got a lot of attention, but so for the existing players in the world that didn't have access to PlayStation Network that bought Helldivers 2, they can still play it.
Yeah.
But so those people were grandfathered in. But right now, if you look at Helldivers 2 on SteamDB, it's still restricted in those countries. So any new people can't buy it.
Yes, that's right.
Which is crap.
They're working on it. That's what the CEO of Arrowhead said. He's like, they're going in and working on it and everything like that. And so I guess they haven't solved it yet. That sucks. That sucks.
I mean, what do you do in a case like that? You've got these people that are waiting to play this game that has been hyped of the yin yang. What do you do?
You get rid of PSN immediately.
I don't understand why it's not available in those countries to begin with. Like, what's the holdup?
Yeah.
Well, like we were saying, you know, if you at least have an Arrowhead account, like Epic Games has an account. You know, like you've got GTA that they have their account with Rockstar and stuff like that. You know, make the PSN voluntary, like optional, like if you want to do it that way, and let the companies have their accounts. You know, I mean, it I don't think it's going to be the same. Like Epic and Rockstar are huge, so they're able to have like that specific like part of the company where they can ban and monitor and do stuff like that. Not every company is going to be able to do that, but let the companies have their stuff. Like Square Enix has an account. You've got WB Games has accounts. Epic Games has accounts. Rockstar has accounts. I mean, pretty much every developer out there has some sort of account that you can have through their website, and they give you an incentive to do it. Like, hey, if you sign up for your WB account, we'll give you these outfits in Hogwarts Legacy if you connect them when you boot up the game. So, you know,
that's a gentler way of doing it.
Yes,
it's a gentler way of motivating people into your ecosystem, if you want to put it that way.
Yeah. So, I mean, let the game devs have their account requirements as far as the games go, and let the gamers game.
Yeah, And that's how I feel about it. It's like, I don't think we got along fine without having to be integrated into these networks, PlayStation Network, the Xbox network. Why do we need it now? And that's one of the biggest things for me. I can't really see any other reason other than to promote the products and services that they have.
Yeah. Well, I don't like having to use Microsoft, like Xbox games. I don't like having to sign into everything and set anything up when I boot up a PC.
Right.
I'm a Mac user, but I have PCs all over. I've got the gaming laptop, we've got the desktops and stuff. I don't like the fact that I have to do my Xbox stuff. I have Xbox accounts, don't get me wrong, but I don't like that I have to set that up. But I understand why, because of the Game Pass thing. PlayStation Plus is not going to succeed on PC the way that it does on consoles, because you've got Steam.
Yeah.
And they're also like a little late to the party.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's expensive though.
They have seen some really good numbers though. Without PC, they wouldn't see nearly the numbers they have with Helldarvest 2. So there is definitely, I mean, if you make good games, Mike Ybarra, like what he said, we talked about last week. If you make good games, people will play them.
It's true though.
Yeah.
If you make good games, and like another thing is, Helldivers 2 was what, like $30?
Yes.
Yeah, I think $40.
Yeah,
$40.
40 bucks.
That's not bad.
No.
That's not bad in comparison.
That's fantastic. So
great.
I mean, you think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, especially in this market. So you had something that was multiplayer online, which is really popular. It was $40, and it's really fun, and it's not glitching, and it's not kicking you off, crashing every 5 minutes.
They got a really good community surrounding that game too.
Well, there were issues at launch, I remember, but
there were, but they were transparent about it. They were like, no, we didn't anticipate these many users, so we don't have the servers to accommodate them.
Yeah.
And they were literally saying, just don't buy the game yet.
It's not like a typical Bethesda game where those bugs just permeate throughout the entire life of the game.
When they say Starfield was supposed to deliver without like massive amounts of bugs, but
they're lying.
Yeah,
Bethesda doesn't know what massive amount of bugs even means.
Why? You know what? Why the hell does anybody listen to anything Todd Howard says? Like, you just take what that guy says and just realize that the reality will be the opposite of that.
Exactly. Like, I loved
everything is opposite day in Todd Howard's world.
That's hilarious.
It's true. There was this meme I saw that was about the Fallout TV series, and it was like, this isn't realistic at all. Like, I watched all 8 episodes and it didn't crash once.
Well,
that's great.
There's some argument about that. I mean, if you're looking at plot inconsistencies, those are technically bugs in the show, I guess. Or plot contrivances where all of a sudden everybody in this gigantic landscape is all in the same place at once.
Yeah.
Maybe not a bug, but maybe just bad writing. I don't know.
Yeah, there you go. Freaking
Maybe.
the Fallout show, people poke holes in the in the story. Like, it's wide open. You could drive a freaking Mack truck through them. However, I love that show so much. It's so good.
So good. And Ella Purnell was so perfect as Lucy.
Yeah.
And then, but of course, I've gotten a little self-conscious because I always say okie dokie.
Oh.
And so now I'm like, son of a gun. They're going to think I'm doing it because of the show.
Have you guys all watched the show?
I've watched the show twice.
I'm working on my second one, but
Scotty?
Yeah.
No, I've not seen it. I'm currently watching The Shogun at the minute. I'm not watching that.
There you
I think
go.
you're probably
Yeah.
better off. I got through the first episode of the Fallout show, and then I was like, nah, this isn't for me.
It's
No.
it can
It's
get
actually-
a little
I
cheese
think
whiz, okay?
It's very cheese whiz, but that's kind of the point because of
You're in the
because of the
50s.
fact that it's got the 50s with the, like, they based it off of what people thought the 50s, with the nuclear scares that they were having.
That
And
was
then
very
plus-
much like the games as well. The games were all set in like 40s, 50s.
Plus the future that they thought they were going to have. So
Yeah.
it's like it's this weird world to begin with.
Yep.
But,
Retro futurism sort of thing. I don't know how you would describe it.
But it is canon, and they did do.
Oh, it's canon as well.
Yes, it's canon.
Retro
it's
punk,
canon.
maybe.
So, I don't know. What game was it based off? Fallout. I know there's quite a few, isn't there?
Yeah.
It's actually it's set 222 years after the bombs went off, and then it's like game adjacent, but it is canon.
Gotcha.
But you get to see a lot of the stuff in there. I would say it's probably more based on like Fallout 4 and 76, like that type of thing. But at the end, you do get a glance of New Vegas, so it hints that you're going to New Vegas in the end.
Sorry.
So I thought that was pretty cool, but I never, which we've discussed on the show before, like I never go in thinking it's going to be like the games or like the books or whatever it is. I always go to look at it as a standalone, and I think that they did a really good job with it. I don't think they could have pulled it off without Ella Purnell, though. She did so good.
I was really surprised by the direction that they gave her in the beginning.
Oh yeah.
Which is, because was my problem is I never seen her in anything before watching the show. So I'm just like, why is she acting like none of any of the things that are happening around her are a big deal? Is she just a bad actress? And then I'm seeing everybody talking about how great Ella Purnell is. I'm like, okay, well, I haven't seen her in anything else. I only have this show to judge her on.
You've seen her in other things. You'd be surprised.
I think it was
like,
her,
maybe I have. I don't know.
Like
agreeability
Maleficent.
that really did it. I've never seen Maleficent.
Yeah, she was little
so.
Maleficent. She was in she was in a lot of things actually.
Sometimes I go under a rock for an extended period of time, so I miss out on a lot of like pop culture and shows and stuff like that.
I am too.
She has Alita Battle Angel eyes.
Yeah.
They're humongous, but they're spooky.
Well, the whole point that they were trying to make was she's lived this sheltered life in a shelter, in the vault, and they were raised a specific way. Like you're raised to be positive. You're raised to be, a community. You're raised to do this and that. And so she's a little overly peppy, like compared to everybody else, where her brother's like super cynical and very questioning. Yeah. And so it's kind of cool, but like with her character, she is essentially, without too many spoilers, she's essentially what they wanted in the vault. These peacemaking leaders, very positive, very happy, very go-lucky. So she was that representation of what this vault life was supposed to create over these hundreds of years. And then she gets out in the world and it's like this huge shock, but she doesn't let it change her really, and so you still see her, she's like having to do outrageous things and seeing outrageous things, including ghouls. I mean, I would have probably passed out, like just like I'm looking at you like a skeleton face, boom, I would not have been that positive. And she's just like, okay, all right.
Yeah,
okay.
When she opens the case to the ghouls, oh my god, I was like,
she's like, this is weird. No, come on, please don't eat me.
It's like your name's Mara, or what was it? Your name's Megan or whatever.
Whatever the name is.
Your name's Megan. But I mean,
Martha. That's
right? Didn't
Martha?
There were those.
Why did you say that name?
Okay, Batman.
that was a bit silly. Just digressing. That was very silly. Yeah, I didn't like that.
Can't help it. Every single time I hear the name Martha now, I always have that in my head.
I know.
Scotty, do you have anything for the Square Enix? No more exclusives or anything?
Yeah, I was going to ask you. So, what do you know what game specifically? Because, like we said in our chat, because Sleeping Dogs was Square Enix, wasn't it? And that was on multiple consoles. So I don't know if this is like specific games. So is it what other games is it? Final Fantasies and stuff like that?
Right.
Those type
So
of games.
I want to say Kingdom Hearts was exclusive to PlayStation 2, but they're cutting that out completely. No more time exclusives.
Right.
It's bad for the bottom line. So they're gonna say, our games are for everyone.
It's probably not selling well, and
right. And so I think what really spurred it on was Final Fantasy 16 and how it was a PS5 exclusive, and not everybody could get a PS5. So that really hurt them as far as sales went, you know. So they looked at that and they were like, we can't continue doing this. The world around us, the game industry has changed. So we're gonna have to change with it, you know, in a smart way. I think this is a smart move.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think I mean, ultimately, I think personally, if you like a game, you should be able to play it on whatever you want. That
should be our mantra. We should say it every time we start the live stream. You like a game, play it
any game, anywhere.
Yeah.
Preach, Scotty.
Oh, I like that. Any game, anywhere. No, write that down. Write that down.
I know.
I gotta get it before Mikey Barra says.
Working marketing. I know.
It really should be, though, you know, and I get where Square Enix is coming from, because you're right, you know. Now, I think when Final Fantasy 16 came out, that was like what last spring, so it was starting to become easier to get a PlayStation 5, but they're still very, very expensive. Like, there's not been a price drop. Normally at this age in the life cycle, it would have already seen at least $100 drop off, but because they didn't have them available, they weren't being sold. So I get where Square Enix is coming from. I don't mind timed exclusives, but I'm saying something like, you know, either like a month early or whatever before it's released. Something short, not like, oh, we're gonna have this exclusive for a whole year and then maybe we'll give it to you. Like,
so what's your sweetheart number?
I would say I would say like a couple weeks or a month at most. You know, gamers want a game.
Let's think about a scenario here. Scotty, you're an Xbox guy, right? So the game's coming out that's super hyped, but it's only coming out on PlayStation. How long do you think would be a good amount for you to have an exclusive launched on another platform and you sitting here waiting to be able to play it? How long do you think would be a good amount of time before you start getting downright resentful?
Resentful? That's a good question, but I've got a PlayStation as well.
So okay. Well, forget that you have a PlayStation.
No, we can still use that. We can still use that example. The thing is, with shooting games, I prefer an Xbox pad. So let's say Helldivers, for argument's sake. Let's say everyone's raving about it on PlayStation. I'm sitting there thinking, do I buy it on PlayStation or not? I'll probably wait. If it's 30 quid, then I might get it on both. Depends. But I think the longest I'll wait would probably be, I don't know, you know, that's a good question.
Would you say 6 months, more or less? 6 months.
Oh, 6 months. It depends, because we live in a world now where everything goes on YouTube. So if it's a story-related game, you're seeing a spoiler somewhere.
Ooh, that's a good point.
It's one of those. Unless I stay off the internet for about 4 or 5 months, but that's not gonna happen. I would say a few months. It's a really difficult question to answer, you know.
I think that's reasonable. A few months is fine.
You raised a very good point, though.
So I want it within a month.
It's like with Helldivers 2 coming, or not Helldivers, but
Hellblade 2.
Hellblade, with that coming out.
We know how salty I am about that being an Xbox
I will eventually get it, you know, if they do bring it onto PlayStation. But if I have to wait a year, I'm like, nope. Nope. Well, I'll wait till Ninja Theory gets shut down by Xbox and then I'll buy it. How about that? Because I think that's really messed up, man. I think it's messed up.
Well, if it hadn't been an exclusive for the first game, I wouldn't be as mad about it.
That is also true. Yep.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But I've already warned my son, like, I'm stealing your Xbox on the 27th. But if not, like, I also have the PCs, so I'm playing day one because of Game Pass. But I want to buy it, of course, because we know how I am, and I would love to have it on PlayStation just because I'm just more comfortable with their controllers and everything else. Not that I hate Xbox, because we have Nintendo, we have Xbox, and we have PlayStation, and I say that all the time. It's just, it's not about the console, it's just about what you're comfortable with. And most gamers want a game. I don't get into that Xbot and pony smack talk that they got going on. Like, if you love Xbox, go for it, man. That's awesome. Are you gaming? Are you having fun? Do you love it? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I can't remember who made the point. Pardon me. But if it's story driven, then if it's story driven and it's a single player game, that exclusivity should be short, maybe like a couple of weeks. Because you don't need to worry about server capacity that much if it's a single player game. You just need to make sure that if you're doing live service, that you have people able to check in and check out, but you're not actually hosting anything. For like a Helldivers 2, where it's not really story driven, it's just a multiplayer game. Waiting a few months, like launching exclusive on one platform and then waiting a few months, also gives the developer time to right size their server requirements for the anticipated number of people that are going to be playing it. It also gives you a secondary marketing push, because when you have all of these influx of new players to the game all talking about it, then it's going to get people that might have fallen off back interested in it. So that can work. But I can definitely see there being like a longer window of exclusivity for a multiplayer game versus a single player one, especially because, Fox, you said the spoilers. Oh my God, the spoilers. Everybody wants to spoil everything.
Well, that, and so many people, I can't sit down and record an entire game in one go like everybody else seems to.
I know.
That's why I play demos.
Exactly. But I mean, day one, you've already got all these how-tos from all these people, and I have a hard time sometimes, like, keeping myself away. Like, if I don't have access to the game, I'm just like, but I want it, and let me see if it's good, and should I even go buy it? And then I fall down this hole of spoiling everything for myself.
And a lot of those people, they get early access to those things, because they have it in, with the studios and stuff like that. So, which you can apply for if you've got enough of a YouTube following or a Twitch following. They'll give you the games early enough. Which I think is super cool. I don't want to stop doing that. And I want to apologize to Ninja Theory. I was being very not nice just now. I don't want to see you guys shut down. Okay.
No,
I just don't want to see any more timed exclusives waiting for a year. I think that's baloney sausage. Okay.
Plus, we're a little mad at Xbox. We're a little mad at Xbox for shutting down all these studios.
Yes.
And we're anticipating them doing it more. So it wasn't that Fox was being mean to you. It was more like a jab at Xbox itself. So we hope you don't get shut down.
Right. Missed your vitals, and hopefully got Xbox in the heart. But so we covered like the first two, the PSN stuff. That was nice. What? Everybody, great job.
I wasn't sure. I thought because we started off talking about the Square Enix stuff, and then we went into the PlayStation stuff. I guess because they're so related, it's kind of hard to have one, not talk about the other.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you've got Final Fantasy came out, God, decades ago, and you could pretty much get it on anything. So I think, again, you're alienating your fan base. And I just don't. I get the exclusives. I get the whole people won't try as hard if there's not exclusivity, and it can hurt sales and stuff like that. But gamers want to game, and they want to be able to game on whatever they're on. That's why you've got Mortal Kombat coming to Nintendo and so on and so forth. Like, it's.
Oh, is that confirmed?
Well, 11 was on it, and it was good. The graphics weren't horrible for 11, and 1 was just laughable.
Yeah, it was bad. Real bad.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
But you could. I mean, obviously, Nintendo doesn't have the graphics that Xbox and PlayStation.
Yeah.
Do you think the Switch 2 will have the graphical kind of capabilities to run like a Mortal Kombat 1 on it? You think so?
I think so.
Right on. Okay.
I think.
Yeah, no.
I could be wrong, but
Nintendo couldn't handle MK1, but I also think the devs should have NetherRealm probably needed to work better.
You're right. Yeah.
On that. It just didn't work out well for them when they did it. But I mean, I want a game. Everybody else just wants a game. And we want to be able to do it on whatever we have. I mean,
what did we say earlier? Any game, anywhere?
Yes. Any game, anywhere. And you know,
that's a song.
like that.
We didn't get the new Xbox until Christmas, which was a gift for my son. And I still wouldn't have a PlayStation if there hadn't been specific, circumstances.
Yeah.
A PS5 I wouldn't have. So, I mean, you're paying $500 a pop.
Yeah.
Or more for each console, and that's not something that everybody
Plus games.
can do.
Yeah. No.
Plus games.
Yeah.
It's like
Plus
PlayStation
DLCs.
Network if you wanna do that as well.
exactly.
Yeah.
Dropping $1,000 on gaming systems is just nuts.
Yeah.
$1,300 if you're getting the Switch too. $1,400.
Yeah.
It's freaking crazy. It's
And
like, who has that
that's
kind of
before
money?
games. Yeah, that's before
Seriously.
games. That's before the online subscriptions and stuff like that. So I mean, there's me and the 4 kids, so you got to remember that my Nintendo Online is shared amongst all of them on the family plan.
Yeah.
So it's not like I can't be like, hey, I need $20 for this for the year.
Right.
I mean, the more people that you box out because of your pricing strategy, the more that you're going to force them to look to alternatives.
Exactly.
And if they find an alternative that's feasible for them, they're not coming back.
100%. Yeah.
They're not coming back unless it's good for them to do so, unless it's good for them as the customer to do so.
Oh yeah. I think these subscription services will overreach. They'll overplay their hand, and then everybody will flock to probably one that they recognize and leave everybody else in the dust, like Ubisoft Plus and all those little ones out there.
Maybe you don't want to spend $140 for Star Wars Outlaws or Assassin's Creed Shadows or whatever.
Make it $200 and you have a deal, right? That's how that goes. I don't know. I'm just joking.
$200 for both. Maybe they will do that because they're both releasing in the same
That's
fiscal.
wild.
Right. So what is it? It's because they have that other one. Shadows it was announced, and I think they're pricing it around the same. So it's something like $300 if you want these 2 games. Crazy.
300.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so
both.
I don't know if
both.
you. Yeah, they have their stupid ass pricing strategy where there's like the base model, which has the crank up windows and no air conditioning, and then you have your higher trim levels that have a little bit of chrome accents and maybe a little bit of wood paneling, and then you've got the Ultimate Edition, which has got your sunroof, your GPS, your Bluetooth, and all that stuff.
That's great. I love that. Yeah.
Sorry, I was talking about cars. I mean games. These are the games now. So you get skins, maybe a couple of like a 3-day early access, which is stupid. Your day 1 DLCs. The higher up that you go with Star Wars Outlaws, you got like it's the same pricing strategy. For the base model, you didn't get the early access and you didn't get the skins and the Jabba the Hutt, whatever the hell mission.
Yeah.
The other tiers above that you did. So they're trying to, usually when you have pricing like this, they're trying to get people to go to the middle of the road, which I think was $110.
Yeah.
Which $110 Canadian. So I don't know how much it is US or pounds, but it's to try to push people to pay more for that game because they're looking at the base model. They're like, well, I don't want the base model. I want the slightly fancier one, but I don't want too fancy.
Yeah.
So they've applied that same pricing strategy to Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Yep.
As well.
Well, pretty much all the newer games are doing that. Like you saw, like with Final Fantasy 16, if you got the top one, which I think was a couple $100 on its own, but it came with like a collectible statue and this and that. And I'd love to be able to get stuff like that.
That makes sense. I think that makes
right.
sense.
So I'd love to be able to get stuff like that, but I can never afford it.
Right on. And like it's as far as getting like physical like stuff, like with God of War, you got that freaking awesome figure. I want one so bad, but
I know.
being able like to provide a customer something physical, something that feels what do you call it?
It's not an empty reward.
Not expensive, but what's the word I'm looking for? Valuable.
Incentive?
You know,
Quality.
it feels
Quality,
valuable.
value.
Quality,
Yeah.
yes. That kind of thing I don't have a problem with. But for someone like Ubisoft, if they're, you know, cutting a part out of the game just to resell it back to you, that's BS. They're stealing it. They're stealing content from you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because eventually they'll make it to where these exclusives can be bought, in a DLC later.
Yeah.
Or
It's not even a secret. If you go to I remember seeing on the, I'd have to find it to be 100% sure, but I'm about 99% sure at this point.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to the Star Wars Outlaws, one of the YouTube videos actually says we reserve the right to change where this package is offered, and meaning they can offer it for free later on. So you can pre-order it, pay an extra $20 to get this, or just wait a while and you'll be given it.
It's true though, and it's very annoying. I did get digital for Hogwarts Legacy because it gave me early access, like a week or something early, and I got like the extra stuff, and then I love that they do like Twitch drops and stuff like that. That's always pretty cool. But yeah, I hate how Ubisoft does it because they are expensive anyway. You've got the base model, and then you've got the mid tier, which is barely better than the base model, and then you get the top of the line one that has like, you know, self-driving car and like cuts your hair for you and polishes your shoes and stuff.
So I found what I was talking about. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, but with all those microtransactions and skin sales and weapon sales and everything that they do with Assassin's Creed, it just makes me want to shake the crap out of them. Like, don't make me pay $70 for a game and then drop another $100 just to get this and this. Even with a top tier, they still do that. You know, like they make it impossible for you to earn the online currency so that you can get the stuff. You know, and then charge you out the wazoo for the microtransactions. It's just, I hate that. Like, yeah. All right, back to you, Nos. I'm getting mad.
Oh no, it's all good. You have every right to get mad. But on the Star Wars Outlaws official story trailer YouTube video, this is from Ubisoft's official account. It says with the pre-order bonus, receive the Kessel Runner bonus pack *, including a cosmetic pack for your speeder, so a skin, which who gives a crap, and a cosmetic for your starship, the Trailblazer, which I saw the ship in the trailer. That ship didn't. You know what it looked like? It looked like a Mass Effect transport ship. When you go from the Normandy down to a space station or the Citadel, it looked exactly like that. Anyway, but underneath that, we understand what the * now means. Offer, content, and dates subject to change. Content may be available for purchase and or as giveaways separately at Ubisoft's sole discretion at any time.
Hilarious.
So that extra money that you're spending, you don't need to. You just have to wait a while.
Yeah.
Never, ever buy an Ubisoft game when it launches anyway.
Oh, that's any game.
You're guaranteeing you're going to be spending more than anybody else ever for that.
Well. There is a game which they're working on, I believe, called X Defiant, and I think I might buy that. Though it's free at the minute. It's a shooting game.
Free to play?
Oh.
Yeah, it's free to play. But I think, like, if it's good, I'll buy it. Like, free games which are good, I buy it.
Yeah,
I buy it.
Right on.
But yeah, the Assassin's Creed and stuff like that.
Oof.
I just think they're milking the market, to be honest. They've been doing this since the first one was great.
Yeah,
one of my favorite games.
It's like the first three. I loved them.
Second one was good as well.
Second ones I loved.
And then it just got
three of the
a bit. I mean, the concepts were good. Like, I like, because I'm a big fan of history, so the whole Egyptian mythology and stuff, I like all of that.
Yeah.
But when games start to feel a bit rushed, and you just know, right, we're just giving at you because you're going to buy it. Just giving at you because you're going to buy it. It's like, are you guys really thinking this through, or are you just like just milking the market?
Milking it, man. Those teeth over there are battered and bruised, dude. They're milking the crap out of the market.
I have a copy. I have an unopened copy of Assassin's Creed, I think Odyssey, a physical disc for PS4. never opened it. I bought it for like $10, and I just, after Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which I loved. I'm not saying anything bad about that game. I loved the game. I loved the shanties. I loved the ship-to-ship combat. It was great. In that order, I love those things. And then I got Odyssey, and I'm like, I think I'm done with this whole series.
Hilarious.
I don't want to play it anymore. As Assassin's Creed 3, the whole thing that spoiled me for that was in all of the everything around the game is surrounded this Templar who was a former assassin named Daniel Cross, and I'm thinking, I can't wait to get this guy. I can't wait to have this epic fight, which I'm hoping will be extremely difficult. I want it to be challenging. I want to feel like I've earned the victory here. And then you go find him, and he's just running away from you. And I'm like, what the hell is this nonsense? I was owed a fight. I've been hearing about how badass this guy is and everything that he did, and he's running away from me like a little from a whatever. I don't want to, like a little chicken shit. What is this nonsense? And so mad at that game.
You were like a teapot right there. I didn't want you to explode. You know
what? I'm just gonna clip Nozz's like sound bites and just use it for my content. I think it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Chicken shits.
Nas has got some great ones.
Yes.
I have a couple friends that love it when I say rat bastard. So
where's that from?
Oh man.
I've always said it, but then I noticed it on I don't know if it's from somewhere else and I picked it up from that. But
right on.
I know that Penny on Big Bang Theory used to say it too, and I was just like, see, I'm cool. Like,
All right.
I don't think that works. That doesn't work with a British accent, I don't think. Rat bastard. Doesn't sound... Nah, it doesn't.
I love it.
You've got a whole host of other
other
things that you can say that don't apply to like a North American...
I love it.
Yeah, no,
rat now in the British accent.
Yeah, rat bastard now.
There's also different British accents, so some work better than others. So I mean, I actually have a really bad Southern twang. A lot of times, like way bad. Y'all can hear it a little right now, but
does it come out when you're angry?
Yes,
I get like that too.
Okay,
sometimes, like if I get real ignorant and it reverts right back to where I'm from. Yeah, not right there.
I've lived all over this country, so my accents are crazy. Like my youngest used to say yesterday when he was younger, and you could tell like my Philly came out in that, but which sounds a lot like New York and Boston sometimes. But he'd be like yesterday, and I was like, you were born in Texas, like you don't say yesterday, like. It was funny, but yeah, I get that real bad Southern twang if I'm around people that have it, if I'm tired or if I'm angry, and I can't control it. But I work very hard to not have an accent, and Scotty knows because I gave him an impression of his own accent.
That was very good. That was good.
Yeah,
that was good.
All right.
And Fox, sorry, before we move on, I heard your accent as well, your British accent. That was all right.
Well, I heard you say it.
I didn't miss that.
Copy you. That was. I think it sounds good. It's slick. Yeah. It's like beans on toast. Right? Am I wrong? I screwed that up, didn't I?
No, that was good.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. So with that, let's move on to PlayStation having replacing Jim Ryan with 2 CEOs, right? So, like we talked about before, we've seen the 2 CEO thing with, James Gunn and Peter Safran over at WB. I have a couple questions for you guys. Good idea? Bad idea? I guess those are 2. I meant 3. But what's to keep companies from, getting 3 CEOs or 4 CEOs and then having like a super CEO over all those guys? You know what I mean?
It's like the Justice League. Yeah. We're all heroes.
Right?
But Batman and Superman are in charge. But
exactly.
Batman's the top.
They're dual CEOs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know what stops it from being like triple or quadruple CEOs, but I've never seen more than dual. but obviously I forget his name, whoever's the interim CEO until he becomes the dual. Yeah. So I know that he has another job as well within the company, and perhaps he doesn't want to give that up. And so they're bringing another one in so that they can share the responsibilities, because he wants that promo, and that more money, but still wants to do what he loves. So that's probably the case. And you've also got instances where you see the two visions working really well together. And so they don't want to not have to. Like with James Gunn and everything, you've got those two did wonders. And so you want that team working together. So that's probably what the case is.
Right on.
I don't think that they'll start being super crazy as far as, we have the CEO Supreme.
The Supreme. Before we get any more comments, let's get a look at because I didn't hear about these guys until they were getting the CEO job. So let's screen share real quick, and then we will talk after, right?
Yes.
So with Hulse was previously co-founder and managing director at Horizon Zero Dawn Studio Guerrilla Games until he left to head up PlayStation Studios in November 2019. Nishino, meanwhile, has been at SIE, Sony Entertainment, I don't know why they do it, but of global product strategy and management since April 2016. So he's a long-term, and he's been there for a minute. Hurst will be appointed CEO of SIE Studio Business Group, while Nishino will be CEO of the company's platform business group. I am thrilled to lead the studio business group and continue to build our success with PlayStation 5 while preparing for the future. Hulse said in a statement, the video game industry, it's one of the largest entertainment industries in the world and has been built on the marriage of content and technology. And I look forward to continuing to push the boundaries of play and entertainment. And we will get into comments after we finish commenting on this thing. Okay. But knowing that these guys' pedigree, do you think that they can steer this ship in the right direction? Not saying Jim Ryan wasn't, and he did the best that he could with the launch of the PS5, and so do you think they'll be able to get the ship back on course to where it needs to go to be, profitable? I mean, it's still profitable, but see their margins get, bigger and things like that, right?
I guess it depends on how they decide to go about increasing those margins. Are you going to do it by trying to exploit your users by microtransactions and things like that? Or are you going to focus on, because from what I understand, Hulse is going to be looking after the first party studios. So are you going to give them free rein to make good games, or are you going to handcuff them a little bit? Which is going to affect the overall product, which is that's what I'm curious about. Like, where are they focusing? Are they letting studios just make games they want to make and release them, or are they going to have their hands in the pot,
right,
and telling them what they can have, what they can't have, what needs to be included, what must be changed to, I don't know, to appeal to I hate saying these words, modern audiences.
Yeah. Right on. I totally get where you're coming from. Yeah.
With PlayStation, they're pretty good about letting their studios kind of do their own thing and create their stuff. Like, I don't think that Horizon Zero Dawn and Forbidden West would have been as good as they were if PlayStation was trying to micromanage a lot. Usually you see pretty great games out of those exclusive PlayStation studios. And from everything that we've seen, PlayStation tends to be more hands-off and let them do their own thing. I mean, I'm not 100% sure, but it seems like they kind of let them do their own thing. Again, is new management going to keep up with that? Won't know yet.
You could argue, though, that there's been a bit of a change with the Helldivers situation, Ghost of Tsushima, and the PlayStation Network requirement there, as well as the whole Stellar Blade thing and that censorship and all that stuff.
I agree, but
that's been fairly recent
took over?
too.
Who took over? when did our CEO retire and the new guy took over?
Mm.
You know, it all coincided if you think about it. So I think only time will tell. As far as profit margins and sales go, you're still in that same boat. Like, you can't change the fact that you had 3 years of a new generation that wasn't widely available. You can't change the fact that Xbox loves to come out with all these cool controllers that makes me want to buy all of them, and you've got all these cool options and everything. My daughter and I were walking through the store the other day, and she's like, this is why Xboxes, they got all these cute controllers. Look at this color and this color and this color. And I was like,
that's one too.
I'm like, that's part of the reason that I don't have an Xbox, because then I'd be buying a new controller every week. So, but it's just all, it's going to depend on the economy and availability of stuff when it comes to consoles. PlayStation 5 is still hand over fist outselling Xbox Series, and that's nothing against Xbox. I'm just saying, and you could get Xbox the whole time that the next generation has been out. So, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. What do you think, Scotty?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think you have to wait and see. But I don't know, 2 CEOs just sounds like too many fingers in the pie. If you've heard that saying, basically, when it comes down to decision making, right? So we got to report to 2 CEOs. What if one likes it this way, one likes it that way? It's just, I don't know. I think, as Gamer said, we'll wait and see. As Nas said as well, what are their margins going to be like? That needs to be factored in as well, because are you going to increase game prices? Are you going to let developers develop what they want to develop? Are you going to say, right, games have to be built in this way, that way? We'll have to wait and see. I mean, PlayStations will settle. I don't think that's going to be a problem. But I think, so for example, I think we mentioned it in the chat. I have no intentions of buying a new PlayStation anytime soon.
Yeah.
Because you haven't given, I don't think, the fans enough exclusives or create enough exclusives to say, right, I'm going to buy the next PlayStation because I can see the progress. I can see what you guys are trying to do. At the minute, and I think I said this to you, Fox, when we first started speaking, the best exclusives PS5 have are PS4 games.
Hey, that's
and
true.
That's not right, is it? That's not right, is it? But
And
I'm not throwing shots at PlayStation, by the way. It's the same with Xbox. Like, there's no exclusive on Xbox. I mean, the new Gears of War hasn't been announced. I think there's rumors that'll be announced this year. Halo was supposed to be out, I think, when Xbox launched. It wasn't. And it's just, where's the exclusives all round? Where is it? Nintendo will always have their exclusives of Super Mario and whatnot. They're always winning, but yeah.
Keep making movies too, Nintendo. Yeah,
exactly. But we'll wait and see. What do you think, Fox?
All great points. Holy crap, that's a really great. I gotta give shout out to Beerus, because he did send this to me, and it's along the lines of what you were just saying, Scotty. It's half of all PlayStation gamers have not upgraded to PS5. That's why, freaking Square Enix can't make any money if their exclusives are on at least PlayStation 5. But as far as the 2 CEOs, I totally get where you're coming from, but it looks like they will be handling like totally different departments from each other. So there won't be any crossover with that.
Okay.
But
there might be.
You think
depending on, because Sony has a habit, like many other publishers, large publishers, of acquiring third parties and bringing them under their hat as first parties. So there is, because Hulst is going to be handling, I believe, first party teams, first party developers, and Nishina will be handling third party and indie studios. So there may be some overlap there.
Okay.
There could be overlap. But I think they've probably done like a fine definition of who has what role and what decisions. So it will probably work out. If they didn't define it, then that's where the clashes are going to come from. And as far as Beer is sending you that with the half the users haven't upgraded, it's because there's been no need to. There's not that big of a difference between the graphics are great on PlayStation 5, but they're also still great on PlayStation 4.
This is true. Yeah.
PlayStation 4 still does really great stuff, and because of the consoles not being available, hardly anybody was buying it. They're just now starting to get to the point where they're like only available on PS5, and that's been like, I think in the last year or so,
Right.
or like you have to wait 6 months to a year to get it on PlayStation 4 is how they started it, but
I mean,
it's
with
almost,
you saying
it's
that,
almost like,
sorry. Go ahead, Nos.
Sorry.
Sorry. No.
I was going to say, because of the lack of availability of PS5, it's almost like you've trained the gamers to be grateful for what they have on PS4. They have no incentive to go to PS5 because they waited. They couldn't get one. So they're like, okay, well, what I said earlier, I'm going to find an alternative. And once I find it, there's no guarantee I'm coming back.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I still have my PlayStation 4. I still play PlayStation 4 games and everything like that. Most of the people that I know still have PS4 and have to play PS4. I know my brother was upset because he bought I think a pool game or something for him and my nephew to play.
Yeah.
And he was like, it's only on PlayStation 5. And I was like, so remote play from mine, bro. And he was like, oh yeah, I can do that, right? And I'm like, yeah. So he doesn't even need a PlayStation 5 now. He'll call me and be like, are you playing? Nope. Okay, I'm hopping on. So
I was gonna ask what I lost it again. Just give me a
sorry.
second. No, you're fine. Do you think so do you think Sony should be gearing more towards maybe PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 instead of just telling developers to only focus on PS5?
Yes.
I love that. You're like, yeah, I love it.
Yeah. I mean, you've got, I get you're trying to make the push, but that's one of the worst things about new generation consoles is that usually within 6 months to a year, they're cutting you off from the previous generation. And that, a lot of times you can't afford it. The way that it was for me up until actually PlayStation 5 is the closest to release that I've ever bought something.
Okay.
It's usually, I didn't get my first Switch until 2019, middle of 2019, and it released in 2017.
It's a really solid system though. Goodness gracious.
Yeah. And I've been wanting one forever, but the only time that I got games at launch or close to launch was when my dad was buying them for me for Christmas.
Right on.
You know what I mean? Which he was still doing into my 30s. But because he was just so awesome. That was my thing, and he never was like, grow up, that's ridiculous. Never.
That's a solid dad right there.
Yeah, but with my PSP and my Vita and all the way through PlayStation 3, it was I got my PlayStation 3 a month or two before PlayStation 4 came out. Okay. Because they were having massive sales on it and I could afford it.
Yeah. Yep.
I was this single mom, going through life with just supporting with no help. So I couldn't buy consoles. And I don't feel and especially now, you're just getting to the point where they're widely available for PS5. However, there's been no price drop whatsoever. And you're still trying to alienate half of your users because they're still on PlayStation 4. That's not okay. You're trying to force them into a new generation, and I hate that. I've always hated that.
Right
how do you get people to organically want to go to a PS5 though?
Well,
that's
me, it just
question.
Depends.
Gotta have the
with
games,
PlayStation
sure.
3, I love Injustice. I love the story behind them. I like that it's a Mortal Kombat game. I have it on the PlayStation Vita. I have a copy on the PlayStation 3. I have a copy on the PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
So, I bought 3 copies of that game because I enjoyed it. I wanted to have it on all of my systems. And I think if you give them enough of a chance, that people are going to want to upgrade, because you always want the newest thing. You always want that upgrade in the camera on your iPhone and the processor and the in the screen and the graphics and everything. So eventually you're gonna want
not always. I mean,
eventually you're gonna want to upgrade, even if it's 4 years later.
Well, yeah. I mean, if it's several years later, I mean, I represent an underrepresented group of people called patient gamers, I guess, who are totally fine waiting until things drop in price or bugs get worked out, and then dipping my toe in, because I'm not paying the premium price for having it first and foremost. And not to say anything, if you want to do that with your money, that's whoever wants to do that, it's your business.
Yeah.
But
I'm usually that person that I wait at least a minimum of a year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Especially for games, for Bethesda games, then you want to wait because you have to. You want it to be playable.
Yeah.
And it's still not.
Yeah. So what if they bricked the PS4 like they do with the phones? You're like, freaking.
I'd be getting a passport.
However,
I'd never buy another Sony product again.
But that's the thing. iPhone does it, and people still line up out the door to get iPhones, even though they don't change much from the next generation. You know what I mean?
Here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
Like, I think it was with the 14 is when they started kind of blocking out the 6. It was either the 13 or whatever. Like, it was iPhone 6 through 13 it was compatible with. So they had blocked out 5. So you're already on 13 and they were still including 6. So yeah, I get it, but you're going years past before they're like saying, no, you can't have that.
So like, have you ever had a phone like recently, your phone now? Like, I know whenever I had like the 10 back in the day, freaking, I would still have like gigs and gigs of memory left, but it always hit me with, running low on memory. You know what I mean? So just my question is, like, phones, especially iPhones, do you see it moving a little bit slower? Do you see them hitting you with messages like, oh, you're running out of, space and everything like that, even though you've got like 100 gigs left on this thing?
Absolutely, I do.
Run slower.
People are trained though to upgrade their phones more quickly than they are their gaming consoles.
I'll give you that one. Yes, 100%. Yeah,
they are.
What you can do with it is very different, and also just by nature of people having contracts with cell phone providers, which when you renew, usually you have either a discount on a new phone or you get a new phone for free outright. It's like comparing console gamers to mobile gamers. They are technically, by the strictest definition of the word, gamers, but they operate very differently. Right? Mobile games has microtransactions built in from day one. That's never changing. But with console gaming, it's been something that's been introduced a little bit more gradually, because they haven't been the same type of gamers. Right? One was acceptable because it's always been there. It's been grandfathered in, more or less. And for console and PC gaming, it's been something that's still a little bit new-ish.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a good point, though. So with mobile phones, do they release a new version every year?
Yeah,
at least
Apple's do. Yeah,
that's interesting because they cost about $1,000, don't they? Like £1,000,
like $1,400 now.
Yeah, more than that.
But then consoles aren't released in like every 5-7 years, so that's a very good point. So
it is true though. What you do, you're on your phone constantly, and you do so much on it, and it's very, very different. So very true. I can see the need to upgrade more. I'm more of a every 2 to 4 year type of person. Like, I've got the iPhone 13, but my kids still got an iPhone 11, if that makes sense.
Right on. Yeah.
I'm at a point where I will upgrade when my current phone is completely unusable.
Yeah,
well, yeah.
I like that as well.
Squeeze as much life out of that damn thing as I can.
Yeah,
I've started doing that. I'm not gonna lie, I've started doing that.
Yeah.
I get that 100%.
Yeah,
I really do. But as far as the consoles go, I think that it needs to be I mean, 3 to 4 years in, I could see them starting to wean and go towards the new gen, but it wasn't like that until we had so much trouble getting a hold of the PS5s. I think it needs to stay like that because you shouldn't be cutting off PlayStation 4 gamers.
100%. With all that being said, that is a really great point. Let's get into comments real quick. It's 11 now. We're getting close. We're getting close. But let's go ahead and start here. Lord Beerus. Sorry, I'm cutting off your guys' name. Sorry. Mortals, gather around quick because the legendary Fox Master is hosting a new positive intellectual live stream panel discussion coming soon. He's the host with the most chill vibes. Let's Fox and go. Thank you so much, Beerus. God dang it, dude. You're too kind. Yeah. He's too.
It's true, though.
It's true.
Oh,
it's
thank
true.
you guys. Stop
You're
it.
so chill and awesome. I love it.
Well, I picked the greatest group to be around too. You know what I mean? You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
I know about that. I know about that.
Well, I'm glad. Thank you.
Lord Beers, good morning, afternoon, and evening to the panel and chat for Universe 7. You're all wonderful people. Oh, I have to thank Lord Beers. He sent me a couple videos. I said on X that Super Saiyan 4 is my favorite transformation, and he sent me a clip of Goku and Vegeta Super Saiyan 4 transformation. It was dope. Great. Thank
awesome.
you.
He's good like that.
Yeah,
Lord Beerus is awesome.
Yeah, he's always 100%. On it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Lord Beerus, I have to give props to Nos for his amazing Mega Man X series he does on Twitch, and Mr. Scotty starting an SNES staple of Killer Instinct on his Twitch. That's right. You're also talented and creative in many ways. 100% agree.
Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate that.
Yes. Killer Instinct was one of those ones
unnerving.
About. Yeah,
it's a little unnerving playing a retro game and having the master watch you.
I know. Oh, you felt that pressure as well now.
Oh, hell yeah!
I'm not gonna lie.
I got trying to remember all of this stuff from this game I haven't played in like maybe 10 years.
Oh yeah, his playthroughs.
Meanwhile,
are so
Lord Beerus
is crazy.
He can just call it from memory like that.
Yeah.
Man's
yeah,
so smooth.
He really does. But he's got this awesome way about him that he doesn't make you feel bad. When he does it, it's like he also, like, he's educating us, but he's also doing it for the benefit of the viewers more than anything. And so it's just kind of like, you don't have to do it because he's got you. He's right there in the comments, with all the lore and with all this and all that. And I mean, he's just awesome. But I get it because I've been nervous to play some games and put them on my channel because I'm like, Lord Beerus will see.
Right on. All right, Lord Beerus, not gonna lie, but the thumbnail about Square Enix has me very curious. Not curious as a cat, so don't even start, geek. Hilarious. We talked about that one before we came online. That was great. Lord Beerus, that lo-fi chill intro music embodies the keep it casual message here. Thank you. And just to comment on that, it's all Harris Heller. It's all free. So if you guys wanted to, you can go to what is the name of it? Something Beats. I can't remember, but Harris Heller is the one that does it, and it's all free and DMCA proof. So if you guys want to use it, there you go. Oh shoot, sorry, Lord Beerus. Beerus, you're welcome, Mr. Fox. Oh yeah, I was like, thank you. John DBZ in the house. Hey everyone, hope you are all having a good day and great week. That's right. I hope you guys are too. Freaking thank you, John DBZ. Are you guys having a good week so far? How was your week, by the way? I didn't even ask. The top of this.
Week's been okay. It definitely got by us pretty quick.
Yeah, it was pretty fast. Right on. Lord Beerus, greetings Fox and Nos and the breathtaking brunette bombshell, aka Italian Rapunzel gamer geek. Someone get the blush show meter ready. And of course, welcome back, Mr. Scotty. Great Britain, I got it right this time.
Yes, sir.
It was so sad. What's the GB? What's the GB for? Great Britain. Oh, okay. that's right. Lord Beerus, I can testify she is a legit simp. I know things about
Leon.
Oh, I know things, but unlike her, I don't snitch. Oh, murder.
We'll
What's
speak
that?
in Italian after this, sir.
Oh, murder. Have you
That's
guys? Go for it, Nas.
Oh, it's just like that. I'm trying to imagine like how that would look. It's just speaking with your hands, a lot of hand action.
Hey, it does happen because I am Italian.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
be
you
nice.
are. I had no idea.
Oh right.
Yeah, my grandma was like fresh over, so
Ooh, nice. Do they say I need my bacon, egg, and cheese?
Oh no.
I need my bacon, egg, and cheese.
no.
Sorry.
She'd be like, "It's a my meatball." I'm just kidding.
That's so much better. I love it.
But
Oh, my
omerta means silence, by the way.
Oh, Omerta.
Mhm.
Omerta. Okay. Lord Beers, Gamer Geek Kennedy, or Leon S. Lounge. What would it be?
I love me
'Cause-
some Leon.
Yeah, I like Leon. Kennedy seems like a little fumbly though, right?
Yeah, his name is Leon Kennedy. And then my favorite female character is Jill Valentine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like the Leon S. Lounge.
that's great.
That seems
Because when he marries me, he's gonna take my last name.
Yeah.
Lounge.
this is Leon S. Lounge is like slippery when wet. It's nice. You know? I like it.
I don't know if that's a pause moment. But...
No,
Hang on.
It's
Let's
of an album. Sorry. What?
Get out the blush
What's
meter.
happening?
We really need it right now.
Stop it.
I missed it.
Oh wow.
I was talking about Bon Jovi. What are you guys talking about?
Oh jeez.
All
Oh,
right.
so funny. Oh, Fox, you're great.
I
You're
Your
was
great.
in-
secrets then, I
I
guess.
was in the military just like you, Fox. You
Uh-huh.
know exactly where my mind went.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, no, I'm not. I'm being coy, but I am a grown
But
adult for
that was a
children.
great Bon Jovi album. Yes.
It was, yeah.
It was,
Oh, yeah.
yes.
Lord B, John, hello, mate. That was Australian. Sorry. Lord B is Geek Gato.
I am a geek cat, yes.
You sounded like Fox. You sounded like Kano from Mortal Kombat in the movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, I'm sorry.
Oh my
Guilty
god.
pleasures. That's it. I love the first Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. That's my comfort movie. I'm
Yeah.
always watching that.
The
Even the second one, like people shit on it, but I thought it was alright. Like, wasn't
I remember them
No,
being
it was
just
good.
fun,
It was good.
dumb movies.
Yeah, I'll give you that
Yeah.
one.
You need those. You need those every once in a while. You need them fun, dumb movies where it's like I don't want to think too
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
I just want to enjoy it.
The
Mhm.
first one, it
Yeah.
felt like it didn't take itself as serious, but the second one, full on, we're
Yeah.
we're a serious movie. It's like, but you're not.
I mean, the
though.
And
first
they're
five,
on
the first 5
H-
minutes.
They're on HBO Max if everybody wants to watch.
Right on, right on.
Yeah.
That's dope. Lord Beerus, I'm with Geek, Keaton and Conroy, and Friedel as Batman. Friedel
I think it's Friedel. Yeah.
Yeah.
as Batman or no Batman? Keaton Conroy.
And Friedel does the voicing on Batman.
He
Gotcha.
does
See,
yeah, for
There's Beerus
Terry.
again. Right on. Oh, Kevin Conroy. I'm so sorry. Jesus. Lord Beerus, Tony Romo choked because of Carrie Underwood. There, I said it. Was she the one well, was she talking about Romo when she was talking about keying up keying up someone's truck and stuff? Is that her? Or Tony
Yeah,
Romo?
that's her.
Tony
She's like, I
Romo.
dug my key into the side of your car.
Yeah. Dude, it's a fantastic song too.
Took a baseball bat to both headlights.
Yeah. Let a guy do that though. We're hemmed up and freaking thrown in the back of a cop car.
I'm telling you, it's getting worse on women out there. Don't be psycho like that.
Thank
And don't
you,
hit,
gamer.
don't you ever hit a man and expect not to get hit back. Like, you're wrong if you do that.
This
Hmm.
is you keep
Y'all-
your hands to
y'all call
yourself,
me-
everybody. You know what
Y'all
I mean?
call me
Yeah.
and I will come throw hands for you.
Just keep your hands to yourself.
But-
Use
Yeah,
your words.
exactly.
But you
Don't-
used to
don't
go
be hitting
ham,
people.
gamer. You when you were young, you used to beat kids up all the time. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. You
Well,
were
well,
throwing
peace.
hands.
Well, peace. Well, peace.
Um,
Well, peace.
Well, these couple of boys decided they were going to unplug my my Mortal Kombat machine when I was playing, and so I had to take them outside and handle up. It was like the 80s and
100%
early 90s.
justified.
Do
I'll
that.
give you a pass on that.
That's justified.
But I've always known how to fight. But my mom told me that if I was man enough to hit a man, that I needed to be man enough to be hit back. And that's how I was raised from the time I was like little up. So I was never that girl that would be like, oh well, you know, I'm gonna hit you, but you can't hit me because you're a boy and I'm a girl.
Right.
Like, no, if you touch another human being, expect them to defend themselves or fight back, but you should never be putting your hands on anybody. I know I joke around about catching these hands, but
right on.
you know, but seriously, like I'll see people do that all the time, or like my son will say, oh, I can't hit a girl or something like that. I'm like, no, correction. If she hits you, you restrain her. If she keeps going, you knock her out. Like while you're calling 911. Like
I tell you what, you're the only one that can say that. You know what? We're moving on.
Yeah, we get cancelled if we said it.
Y'all don't have to agree with that.
We'll stay it out of it. What is like, right?
Yeah, y'all don't comment on that, but I'm just saying. So if anybody out there is gonna date my children, know that I told them if you hit them, they can hit you back.
I mean, yeah.
World peace.
We're moving on.
Just don't be throwing hands. Nobody should be hitting anybody.
Yeah. The Warner Brother execs are the ones that hated The Flash the most. At least it wasn't Dragon Ball Evolution or the hot trash Velma series. Am I really wrong though? No, you're not. You're 100% correct on that, Lord Beerus. Lord Beerus again. Boog, Kenshin, and Panda. Safe travels on your side quests. Come back to this battle party stronger ASAP. I 100% agree. Oh,
that's right.
John DBZ. Huh?
Still haven't been on here with Panda. I'm looking forward to that.
He's not returning my calls anymore.
Oh no.
No, I'm just kidding.
You've been ghosted.
Yeah, I know, right? I left on red.
You know what you do
feeling.
is send that video of that panda mom chewing on her eucalyptus, and then the baby panda sneezes and scares the bejesus out of her. Just spam him that.
She pulls a Kung Fu Panda too. She's like, ooh. She's like, I'm ready.
When I first saw that video, I was watching it and my first thought was, that looks like me. Like, you know, like I scare easy, but I'm like immediately like ready.
Yeah.
and then like everybody at my office was like, this reminds me of you. And I'm shut up.
John WZ, the Flash movie was okay next to the Blue Beetle movie. Some of the Marvel and DC movie were hit or miss. 100%, yeah. They were hit or miss, especially after Endgame.
Yeah. A lot of misses. Does anybody care about the next Avengers series or the next Avengers movie, whenever the hell that's coming out?
I did.
I don't even care about the Blade movie, and I love Blade.
When Kang the Conqueror came, but obviously we won't know what's happened with that. But yeah, I was looking forward to that because my older brother's like really big on Marvel, and he was telling me all the comics, and he said, right, the comics, it's likely the movie's going to play out this way because of going down this route. So I was like, oh, cool, it sounds exciting. But now obviously there's the whole recasting thing, and I don't know about you guys, but when they recast a character, I get a bit.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
Air out of their
sails.
Yeah. You got to warm to them again, and it's like a Batman Begins. Katie Holmes, she played Rachel. Have you seen that Batman Begins? Yeah. And then the Dark Knight, she was played by, is it Jake Gyllenhaal's sister?
Yeah, Jake. I was gonna say Jake Gyllenhaal's sister.
Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Yeah,
that's the
Maggie.
one.
Maggie Gyllenhaal.
It was like, yeah, that's the one. And it's like you had to adjust. Well, me personally, I was like, oh wait, that's not Rachel. And it's like, wait, what?
At first, I didn't even notice. I was just like, oh hey, a new chick, just like in every other Batman movie ever. There's never the same one.
I'm not against recasting, especially if something happens to the character or the actor, for example, like Chadwick Boseman. I think you should have recast him. You've completely killed the character in the Marvel Cinematic Universe unless they do some sort of multiverse. Technically,
yes, but at the same time, like they were trying to be respectful of the actor himself and the family that remains. But the way that
is that the only way they could have done that though?
Yeah.
What they did though is pay attention to the end of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
They brought his son in.
I remember. Are you guys familiar with the series? It's about a Greek slave that rose up and
Spartacus.
Thank you. Yes, Spartacus.
Mm-hmm.
And the lead actor, he died of cancer, and they recast him. You know what I mean? Still a really good series. You definitely lost a step losing him, sure. But I still think that he should have been recasted. He's not bigger than the role. You know what I mean? It's not Black Panther playing Chadwick Boseman. It's Boseman playing Black Panther. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's a good way to put it.
I agree. But I thought it was kind of sweet that they were trying to be respectful with that second one.
Right on. Yeah.
The sister becoming Black Panther was kind of.
Yeah, that was.
I
I'll
didn't enjoy it as much, but like
it was rubbish.
it was rubbish. I need to go rot in the bin.
Yeah, it was trash.
Scotty, I need a clip of you saying that.
It was rubbish.
It's rubbish.
But,
I mean, let's not forget Terrence Howard was originally in the first Iron Man. He was recast as Don Cheadle, and
he was War Machine, right?
He was War Machine, right?
Yeah.
And they actually addressed it in the beginning, like, well, I'm different. We'll get used to it, whatever. And then that was it. And it was just Don Cheadle was War Machine going forward.
That's
a little meta moment, but
and
it worked. I like Cheadle up until recent stuff, recent movies, but that can work. It doesn't have to be a big deal.
Yeah.
It depends on the recasting and the actor. Sometimes it comes out better.
Yeah.
When it's recast. I didn't like, the sister becoming Black Panther, but she fought it, and then she was kind of like, I'll do it for this, but it's not going to be a permanent thing. So I did like that because they still left it open to where later there's going to be another Black Panther, and hopefully it'll be really awesome. But yeah, it's kind of fallen downhill lately with the quality of the movies.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I think because it's one of those, because I was saying this to my girlfriend the other day. We have this constant argument: what movie's better, Infinity War or Endgame? Now, I say Infinity War, personally.
Yes,
I think, but I think that run, we can all agree on, that run was very historic.
Yeah,
and it's not. I mean, the writing. Has the writing gotten worse, or is it because that run was so historic it just can't be matched again?
The lead-up was both bonkers.
Yeah, I agree with Nas. I think both. But Infinity War
was.
Awesome.
Infinity War was. It was. I think it was like the first 10 minutes when Thanos was just kicking ass.
Oh, dude.
Oh yeah,
he killed someone.
In the first 10 minutes, he kills Loki, and he goes 1-to-1 with the Hulk.
Yes.
Yeah.
And beats the crap out of the Hulk. Which, I mean, right away, you established him right away. That was good writing, because you didn't need to say how dangerous Thanos was. You just showed it.
Yeah.
That's it. It was what movie was it? Because I was quite late to the party, so I watched all the Marvel movies late. So I think Disney did it in a way where it was all in I can't say the word, chronological order.
Yeah.
That's the one. And the movie before Infinity War, you just saw a ship. I can't remember what movie it was, but at the end of the credits, you just saw Thanos' ship, and I was like, right, okay, so the next one's gonna be Infinity War.
Thor.
Was it Thor?
Thor.
Yeah, Thor.
Yeah.
And in the first 10 minutes, and he just went ham, man. You're like, oh my gosh. And even when the movie ended, I was satisfied with that ending. I thought, if this ended now, I'd be happy with it.
Yes. It was that good.
I was happy with that.
It was that good, dude.
Yeah.
And then the time travel thing, I was like, nah, you can't do Thanos like that.
No. He was too good of a villain, dude.
They cheated.
Yeah.
But Thanos won. Thanos won.
It's
Sorry.
like the fourth Vincenzo count. In war? What in war?
We know that they cheated, but nobody said that heroes don't cheat.
Fox, what were you saying before? If you're not cheating, you're not trying hard enough.
That's right. If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
I'm gonna use that next time somebody says something.
We're running a little long, so I am so sorry, guys. I'm gonna try to get through, breeze through a lot of these real quick, because we do care, about what you guys say. But we're gonna try to get through this really fast. Great point, John. I had higher hopes for Blue Beetle. I think the best media that Blue Beetle was in was that Young Justice. Oh my god, animated series that was that gets thrown in between being produced and being canceled. She's 100% right. Lord Beer, since you all love my lame puns, what do you call an Italian with really bad allergies? Julius Sneezer.
Oh Jesus. Oh my god.
It's like when you cringe so bad, like you kind of fold into yourself. It's so sweet. I love it. It's like eating a sour plum and yum.
He'll tell those jokes, and I'll tell him all the time. Like, I just rolled my eyes so hard that I fell over backwards.
Yeah. I've got to tell that to my wife. We love puns in this house. We're a pun family. Lord Beerus, if you're talking evil beings, you must include me. As a geek, she could go on for at least a year about me being an evil, rude demon punk, but she's always says such sweet things about me anyways. You are a sweet guy, so you
can be both, bro.
100%. Yeah. Sour Patch Kid over here.
Exactly.
Sour Patch.
Lord Beers, Geek was scared over that show, but she deals with Umbrella and Tyrant and Nemesis frequently, and those are worse than anything on that show. She needs her blue beret to get her back in that mode.
I thought about getting a blue beret just for you, but I would never wear it the way that they do in the games because that's incorrect. I used to wear a beret in the military, and I would have to shave it and shape it, and then put it on, and then people would be like, "That doesn't look like the cosplay." So I'm not getting a blue beret.
Oh yeah.
If you want, I'll pull my black beret out and I'll put that on for you.
Right on. Do it on Twitter and see what he says. Like get your phone out and then put it on Twitter.
Just do a Twitter poll.
I'll follow you guys. I'll follow that for sure. Yeah. Johnny VZ, 2 to 3 months, I'd say would be a good time PlayStation only. I gotta say, I agree with that. Get people to move over to your ecosystem, but
unless it's a single player story, then it should be 2 weeks to a month.
Yeah, no, 100%. I thought you were going in a different direction with that. I don't know why.
So.
Lord Beerus, Geek is gritty and wants it ASAP. Okay, Daffy Duck. I don't know what that was about.
I'll give you Daffy Duck, you little punk.
Johnny BZ, if a Nintendo game like Smash Bros was only on only Nintendo for a year, or Xbox Gears of War for a year, what PlayStation mainly do is make games to rival the games COD, Rainbow Six, Metal Gear Solid. I do think they get into their creative bag a lot, but they use those as tools to make money, like the COD replicas and things like that.
As long as they're good.
Yeah.
But I mean, Rainbow Six started okay. Splinter Cell was really good, but I think that was Xbox, right?
Yeah, I think it was. Can't remember which one it was though.
Yeah, but I mean, it's okay. It's okay to have like the similar but different franchises, but I just, like I said, you should be able to play your games when you want to, and Knoss is saying any game, anywhere. Any game, anywhere. That's right.
Anytime.
That's right. we need it. We need you to do a soundbite of that. Any game, anywhere, anytime.
Oh, sure, not a problem.
That's right.
I want to say when Rainbow Six started out, it was on everything. Or am I wrong?
I don't remember. I haven't played those games.
I remember not playing it because I was like, we have Metal Gear Solid at home. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I didn't play it.
That's the one of
I love when people say that. It's my favorite thing. We've got this at home, and it's a crappier version. That's like one of my favorite memes.
With the Rainbow Games terrorist hunts and stuff like that.
So I think the first Rainbow Six game was.
I remember Rainbow Vegas. I think Rainbow Vegas was the game.
I'm thinking of Splinter Cell. Yeah. Sorry, that's my bad.
Vegas was 2006 for Windows, Xbox 360, 2007 for PS3 and PSP, and a mobile for 2006. But the first Rainbow Six game was 1998, 99.
Oh wow!
For Windows, Mac, N64, PS1. DC, what the hell? Oh, Dreamcast. Oh my God.
Whoa.
What the hell's DC?
Deep cuts. Deep cuts. Love it.
DC
Before
and
the fall of
Game,
Sega. Oh man.
Game Boy Color in 2000.
Game Boy Color. Love it.
The
Yeah,
GBC, Game Boy Color.
Oh, I remember
Like,
that.
I don't know some of these acronyms. What are these?
Wow, that was it. Purple. The console was purple. Was it?
Yeah, it was like a
Purple?
transparent.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
they
think it was
had
purple.
What's this?
like the see-through purple, the translucent,
Yeah.
and then
That was the
different
atomic
colors.
purple,
Yeah.
and
We
then
were
there
talking
was
about the Game Boy Color?
Yes.
The Game Boy
Oh,
Color.
Yeah,
It was the
and the word
red
color,
one, purple,
the colors
green.
weren't colors, weren't they? I think it's a Game
Yeah.
Boy in colors and different
Mhm.
colors. Yeah, I remember that.
Mhm.
Oh my
Mhm.
gosh. Yeah.
Right on.
Throwback.
Yes. Kicking it old school. We're getting old, guys. Lord Beers, Fox wasn't being mean.
I don't like you. I'm the old. I'm like the oldest one.
I'm including
here.
myself
Like,
in
we're
this.
getting old.
We're all getting
We're
old.
getting old.
I was there.
leveling up.
For the
We're leveling up.
PS1
We're getting
when
more
it launched.
seasoned.
That's right.
I was there when the Game Boy didn't have color.
Yeah.
I got the
Hilarious.
Game Boy.
The
for
dark
Christmas
times.
when it came out.
Dark times.
I was there when Game Boy wasn't even backlit.
Exactly.
Oh shit!
I
Literally the dark times. You try and play that in the back of a car at night.
it was
when
so
your dad's driving
cool.
home. Yeah, you can't do
Yes.
anything.
You have to
I-
buy an attachment light on top
Yep.
of the console to attach it.
Have you,
Yeah,
ever
I did
seen,
that.
have you ever seen the Game Boy with all the attachments on it? It's
And then
enormous.
And then they gave you the Game Boy Light that was backlit, but it was only in Japan.
Mm,
Oh,
Another
man.
deep
Yeah,
cut.
really?
Yeah.
Then
So,
you have,
but
like,
I
The
I got
magnification on it.
yeah
You had
I got
that,
I got the Game Boy for Christmas when it after it launched. So yeah, I'm that old.
Come on. We're all that old. Lord
I-
Beers.
I got the Apple II in my computer lab. Okay, so yeah, I'm old.
Apple II. We started
Yeah.
out with the IBM.
I
wanna
know you
say.
did because you're a lot younger than me.
Oh,
Okay.
Gamer, we're gonna have like an old offline.
Okay,
That's great.
we'll do that. We'll talk about all the things that we remember.
Dang. Okay, I'm
I'll show
trying to
you my
remember.
collection
but-
of popples
Ah,
and pound puppies.
Okay, you got me. Lord Beers, Fox wasn't being mean. He's got a good heart. That's totally fluffernutter hogwash. I do remember because that can apply to this right now. You know, I wasn't being mean. John DVZ, there have been games you're okay with PlayStation having, like a God of War next to Xbox borrow Ridge Racer. Yeah, God of War feels like it's a Sony game. Well, I mean, they own the studio that made it, but it feels fundamentally Sony or PlayStation in my opinion. You know, and just like Halo feels like Xbox, and it might just be because they've been with those.
I was gonna say because they've been there
forever.
from the beginning.
Mhm.
'Cause Hasn't Santa Monica like always been PlayStation Studio?
I want
think
to
they
say
have.
yes.
I think they have. I think.
Yeah.
Here, let me.
Yeah, God of War on any other console would be weird to me, if I'm honest.
It really wouldn't. And Halo
yeah.
would be weird to me if it wasn't on Xbox. Like I would be
Yeah.
like, this isn't right.
If I can type.
Just keep in the comments. Beerus will have the answer for us.
So it was founded in 1999 as a subsidiary of Sony Interactive Entertainment, and since 2005,
Yeah.
it is part of PlayStation Studios.
There you go. So it was under the umbrella
Mhm.
first,
Mhm.
and then it was Studio. Okay. So see, it was still always Sony.
Yeah.
Technically.
You know, because I
So,
want to say,
yeah.
when did first God of War come out? I was in high school, so it's like 2002, 2003, something like that.
Around that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think so. I think 2002. I'm gonna say.
yeah. That's what I would assume.
We
too.
we should definitely do like an episode on stuff like this.
It
Like
was-
what year was this out? All of that, everything.
I was gonna start us out with like, the 90s. What was out that time? I was gonna start that, but I decided against it because I'm always late, and I was like, that's scrapped. Don't have time.
all I'm thinking is you mentioned when a game comes out and there's like a cascade of like cringe. where some people are like, oh, I played this played this game when it came out. I was in high school. And then other people are going to be like, well, I was having my third kid, or I was on my 50th birthday, or something like that.
Yeah. I was fighting the war on terror.
There you go. I was Operation Enduring Freedom.
Actually, yes. Yeah, I was
OEF.
No, I was Iraqi Freedom.
Mm-hmm. Right on. I was gonna get it tattooed on my like right there.
That's a sensitive area.
But I got Jack and Sally instead in a thorn heart.
There you go.
There's a story behind that, but we don't have time to go into it today. It wasn't my first choice. Let's just say that. Anyway, I think any final thoughts with what we discussed today? I think
you made me feel old.
Well, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm young at heart.
You are.
And my maturity level is that of a 15-year-old, so we're good.
Final thoughts. I don't know. There's a lot of change going on. I think we just need to keep these companies accountable as much as we can and do our homework.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Don't let them pull fast ones on us.
And support the ones like, Square Enix is probably going to get some flack about leaving PS exclusively, but I think it's a smart move.
Yes.
Right now, the gaming industry has changed too much to not be, like Nas said, any game, anywhere, anytime. So, and then PlayStation getting the 2 CEOs. I think it'll be good, but it's a time will tell type situation.
Yep.
It can be good. It has the capacity to be good, but we'll have to see what the execution looks like.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And microtransactions are evil. We don't like them.
Yep.
Shoot, man, we can end it every time with that.
I know.
Don't pre-order games too.
And digital copies are gonna be the death of us too, so they can take them away at any time. Stop
No
it.
microtransactions, no day one DLCs. These are our demands.
Yes. Quit being that video of the guy. Great job, devs. We're gonna take this half and make it a DLC.
Basically.
Yeah.
I command you.
Yep.
But Scotty, what do you got? I'm sorry.
No, I like the whole British accent. And yeah, let's get this Scotty. I like that. Yeah, no. Final thoughts. I think everything Gamer said. Really, we'll see what happens with the CEOs.
Cool.
Square Enix, I think, needs to get with the times. I'm not saying that in a rude way, but it's probably a smarter move because you're distributing your products to other markets, right?
Yes.
And if it brings money in, going back to what Nas said, anytime, any game, anywhere. That was it, right? Or was it the other way around? It works. It's free.
It works whatever way you put it.
Yeah, it works whatever ways.
Check out that.
But yeah, other than
that way too. Anywhere.
It sounds better coming from you, man. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that tune.
Oh, Jenny Jackson back in the day.
True.
I know, man.
I love me some JJ.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Square Enix, they get more fans, they get more money, and we get better games out of it. Hopefully.
Right on.
Yeah.
But were you gonna say something? Finish that off, Scotty. I'm sorry.
Just gonna say it's good to be back on. Missed you guys, so happy to be here.
Right on.
Yeah, we missed you too, Scotty.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
And I'm gonna go check the replay of y'all's stream over the weekend.
Oh yeah,
very cool.
I appreciate that. Yeah,
of course.
You'll see Lord Beerus in our comments, I'm sure.
Yes. He's always there.
Probably.
He's a freaking fantastic support system, dude.
He's brilliant. He's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
And
he's awesome.
Did you get a final thought in?
Who?
You.
I think so.
Oh.
I don't know, I have lots of thoughts.
Right on. All right, I'm gonna wrap this thing up, and then I'll see you guys on the other side.
All right. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and thanks for everybody that watches the restream.
Oh yeah.
Have a great week.
All right. Cheers, guys.
All right. I mean, first and foremost, let's thank our panel. Wouldn't be anywhere without those guys. Love their intellectual analysis on everything that we talked about today. And you can find them at their various social medias. All that will be in the description. Also, you can find us in the description also. And I don't promote this nearly as much. Wrote a book. It's really, really short, so you can tackle it in between, you know, your 1,000-page reads or whatever. And lastly, the reason for the season, the viewers. Thank you guys for all the support and making us a part of your Saturday mornings or whenever you're watching this. So without us, or without you, there would be no us. There'd be no reason to get up and do this. So thank you. But you can catch us next Saturday, same time, if, you know, I'm not late all the time. But next Saturday, same time. But until then, keep it casual. Peace.